What's going on, everybody? LK here, back at it again with another video, and today I'm going to teach you how to win in Dragon Ball FighterZ online. So about this, there's an easy way to do this and there's a hard way to do this, of course. So let's talk about the easy way. This game is made around close to unreactables. So there's a lot of things that, like, as long as your focus is in the right spot and like you kind of practice against it, you can react to it. So there's a few things, like, of course, Super Dash, Dragon Rush, 6M, so certain like special moves that characters have, like Trunks has Shining Slash, stuff like that. Now these things, technically, they're all made so that you can react to them if you're looking for them for sure, and if you're not looking for them, you can still react to them, but it's just harder. That being said, though, online, these things basically are all unreactable. So if you just want to just get the easy wins, just Dragon Rush them to death, Super Dash when you're close so they can't react, use Vanish, it's really hard to react to Vanish, just use those moves and make sure you can combo off them, and then you're going to win, and that's the easy way to win, right? I notice a lot of people that I play unranked on my long climb to Living Legend like using this approach. Whether or not they know, like, that's actually a thing that they could do, you know? They just do these things. They're like, oh, this is my overhead, I'm gonna do it. Oh, this is my throw, I'm gonna do it. The hard way is a little bit different. So, the hard way would be to actually put yourself, like, try to treat online like it's offline. It's kind of hard because your opponents will not do that, but if you think about the long term, you'll get way more benefit in the long term not relying on these things so heavily. What I mean is, a lot of people, when you play them, you basically are playing against the system. Right? When you are trying to win the first way, you're playing against the system. You're just using the system against your opponent. It's harder to react to stuff. This is not a stable way of winning in the game overall. You'll win online, and like if you don't care about like improving or anything, then it's fine. But just know that your whole perspective on how the game works is just not correct, because you're relying on things that, in the concept of the actual game, your opponent, a truly competent opponent, would be able to stop all these things the way you're doing it. The delay is enabling you to actually use these things. So if you use these things and this is how you're winning, basically you don't really understand the game that much. I'm just going to keep it real. Dragon Rush, the best players on Earth have problems dealing with Dragon Rush generally, but that's when they're playing against super high level competition. When playing against like a standard player, especially depending on what character they're using, you could just sit there and, just like the Dragon Rush bot that I made, just sit there and just block everything and wait for the Dragon Rush and then tech it, because it is possible. Technically, it is possible, right? It's like 20 frames, but you know, if you do a block string, you have to leave a gap and all these other things. It can be done. So, what do you do? What do you use online for? If you actually like want to use online to get better, what do you do? So, first, the main thing you want to do is that you want to first see if all your things actually work, like all your techniques or whatever actually work. However you choose to open up the opponent. Like, for example, like I play Trunks, I'm going to do auto combo into assist call into flip. I know that people can't block it, so when I do it online and hit somebody, I'm never thinking, oh man, I hit him with something that only works online. I'm like, oh, this is something I would do to somebody offline, this is something I would do at an event, this is something I would do to even the best player on the planet. As proven in my saddest set ever, I would use this mix-up on anybody, right? Next, you really want to like pay attention to how the opponent is hitting you and how you're getting your hits. This is a really, really, really big thing. And this goes back to the beginning. If your opponents online are generally like super dashing at you, trying to like use Vanish a lot as a defensive thing, using 6M a lot, then you know, okay, this guy's just trying to play the system, just trying to use the system against me. If I can beat this consistently, this is a good thing. And if you are beating this consistently already, then I encourage you to try to find a training partner of some sort. Because I know like not everybody can go travel or go to offline tournaments or locals or whatever, especially with what's going on now. You know, there's events being canceled for at least the short term. Having a training partner is like super helpful. Someone who's on the same mindset as you, hopefully the same level as you, that you could practice against and try to like implement new stuff, try new tactics, talk with. It'll be very helpful. I know there are a lot of people who play ranked. I also see a bunch of people playing ring matches and stuff, and that kind of thing is really helpful for improving. I don't totally discount online play. Like, I'm personally a net player. Like, my start was from playing online, but I was always the type that I used online to try out new stuff, to see if my tactics worked really well. So planning by character, playing by team in this case in this game, dealing with shells, stuff like that, making sure my mix-ups actually work the way I think they should. Because again, like, personally, when I play online, I don't use Dragon Rush a lot, I don't use 6M a lot, because I know, like, offline, people can defend that pretty well. So instead, I try to practice, like base Vegeta level 3 stuff. I have a command grab on my team right now, I have flip mix-up on my team, so I try to practice those things. So I try to only hit my opponent with stuff that I would use offline anyway, and then also simultaneously try to see if I could fight the system very well, try to see if I could identify it very well. And from there, when I review my matches, I try to see why I got hit and how I hit them. And then we just take it step by step by step. From playing ranked a lot, I definitely hear more people's complaints about the game, like things like mashing auto combo or like vanish and super dash and stuff. I know my complaints are kind of different because they come from, generally playing offline, especially in Season 2. Season 2, basically, I did not touch net play the whole year. I only played offline basically the whole year. When Season 3 dropped, just before Season 3 dropped, I started playing online again. So I definitely hear you, and you can use it to get better despite those things. Just remember, first try to beat those people who are playing that way, then try to find a training partner or a training group. There's plenty of places. I will link, for example, my Discord. There are people who play in my Discord. Some people play online, some people don't. There's the general Dragon Ball Discord. There's a bunch of Discords you can like try to find people to play with online who also want to improve with you. So if you don't want to rely on the easy way, then you have to build your game plan up and try to find some people who are on the same mindset as you to play with. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know how you feel about this. Netplay has been kind of the talk of the week because yesterday they announced that the final version of Guilty Gear Strive will have rollback netcode, which is a pretty big deal. Out of the recent games I've been playing, so Dragon Ball, I kind of agree with everybody. The netcode is not so great, especially with the way the game is made. It's really hard to play the game well online. Grand Blue, I know people are mad that it doesn't have rollback, but I actually think the netcode is quite good. Maybe because the game is slower, maybe it's because there's less ways you can get opened up by like net play things per se, but I actually like playing online, and I play online quite a bit. And then Guilty Gear Strive, the beta is going to have the delay netcode, but then the final version will have the rollback netcode that they're making, so we will see about that. But I think it's pretty current. So again, let me know what you think in the comments, like and subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.